Hi co-creators, this is Terry. It is day 65 on my 100-day reality challenge. And yes, it's been 30 days since my last video. I do apologize, but I want you to know that if we all keep the faith and trust in the universe, we all can make our dreams a reality. I want to start with that I have had many radio interviews across the country on the project and what my business represents, which is spiritual makeovers. It is helping the client to awaken their spirit with understanding why we have certain things in our home, what they really represent. Not just something that's pretty in a home, but really understanding why it's so important that we brought that item in our house. I've had radio interviews in Rhode Island, in Hawaii, in Texas. I have one coming up this week in Chicago. The following week, I don't know what state she's in. Her name is Kathy Carlander, and she's with Contact Talk Radio. The one in Chicago is Brian McClure. He's in, I think it's Conscious Talk Radio. I'm not for sure. Also, I have one in January with Sally Felton of Contact Talk Radio. March is with Golden Hawk of Universal 7 Radio. And I also received an email from Raven Blair Davis about a month and a half ago. About a month ago. And she's in Texas. And she is running a commercial for the next 6 months about my project. And she is hoping that it will inspire others to pay it forward in their community and make a difference. And she talks about the project and then directs the listeners to my website so they can check out the video. I think that's a great way. I just hope this spreads across the country, across the world, that people are stepping out of their own shoes to walk inside someone else's. And you end up healing yourself. You end up having that good karma that I always believe what goes around comes around. And it's just a win-win situation when you think about others instead of yourself. Let's see. Raven Blair Davis also asked me to be on her advisory board, which is a lot of celebrities are on this board. There's Jane Kennedy, a lot of women. There's 2 women from Lifetime Television, the producer of Prince, also Motown Records. 2 singers are on the board. I don't remember their names. And we're going to do a teleconference every so many couple months. Excuse me. And it is about women's shelters, because Raven was abused years ago, and she goes to shelters and speaks to women about taking their power back and transforming their life. And she thinks it's great about what I do, and she thinks it's part of a program that all shelters should have. If the women don't want to stay there, then how we need to keep them there, and it needs to be a healing place for them, so they stay in the program. Let's see. Also, she's starting a magazine next year, and she asked me to be the associate editor. I accepted, and I believe I will write stories about our home, women's shelters, and why they need to have a place of healing. Let's see. Also, one of the national magazines that featured my project went out 2 days ago, and this is called Paint Magic, and it's sold in the United States and Canada. And at the beginning it shows one part of the painting, which is "Sing like a bird after every storm." That's my favorite quote. And here's the article right there. And as you all know, February, March Mary Engelbrecht of Home Companion will also feature the project. That's a huge blessing. Thank you, God. That was one of the things I had on my vision board. And that call on August 21st was Cynthia Bix, the writer, and she just happened to be Googling the night before and found a story that the writer of this magazine wrote and sent it out to 7 different states. She found that story in Florida. And she went to my website, and then she called me on August 21st and said, we want to put your project in the magazine. So if that isn't a huge manifestation, huge blessing. Let's see, I think that's it. But I want you all to know that you just have to keep the faith and trust. But, I have to tell you, are you ready? A week ago, I received an email from Ken. I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm not even going to try. But he's Peter Walsh's agent. And you probably all know Peter Walsh is the professional organizer. He works for Oprah. And he has his own radio show, and it's on XM Radio 156. And I am keeping the faith that Peter will want to interview me on his radio show. I think it's a great way of how you can organize a community to pay it forward and to give to others. And I'm keeping the faith and believing that that radio interview will happen before the new year. So you all take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.